That $1 brown bottle sitting in the back of your medicine cabinet right now is quietly one of the most powerful money-saving tools in your entire house. Most people grab it for a scraped knee and never think about it again. But here's the secret. The cleaning product companies really do not want you to know. That single bottle, which costs about $1 at Walmart or Walgreens, can replace dozens of specialty products you are currently paying a lot of money for every single month. And number one on this list is the single biggest swap, the one that saves the most cash. And I am saving it for the very end because once you hear it, you will never buy that other product again. I'm a mom of 4 grown kids. I live in Ohio and I have been using hydrogen peroxide all over my house for over 20 years. My mother used it, her mother used it, and trust me when I say our grandmothers did not live in a disposable world where you needed a different spray bottle for every single surface. They knew what worked. So let's count it down. From 11 all the way to number 1. Number 11, your kitchen sponge. This one sounds small, but it adds up fast. The average household tosses sponges every week or two, and at $1 or $2 each, that is close to $50 a year just in sponges. Before you throw yours out, try this first. Fill a shallow dish with equal parts hydrogen peroxide and warm water and drop your sponge in for 15 minutes. Rinse it out thoroughly afterward. That sponge that smelled like last Tuesday's fish? Gone. The bacteria that were making you nervous about wiping down the counter? Gone. You might get another week or two out of it. It costs almost nothing and it takes no effort. Number 10, your bathroom grout. Now, here is where I want you to stop and think about what you have probably been buying. Grout cleaners at the hardware store run anywhere from $6 to $15 a bottle, and half of them smell so strong, you have to open every window in the house. Here is what the cleaning companies do not tell you. Plain 3% hydrogen peroxide, the kind in the brown bottle that costs $1, does the same job. Spray it directly on the grout, do not dilute it, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then scrub with an old toothbrush. Here is the part most people get wrong though. They see the grout looking dark and think it is dirt. A lot of the time what you are looking at is mold and mildew that has gone deep into the porous surface. Bleach, which most people reach for, will make it look lighter, but it does not actually kill mold in a porous surface the way hydrogen peroxide does. The bubbling action gets in there. Give it 2 or 3 treatments and that grout looks new again. Number 9, your produce. This one changed how I think about grocery shopping entirely. You bring home strawberries, lettuce, apples, carrots. You rinse them under the tap and think you are done. But tap water alone does not get rid of pesticide residue and bacteria the way you probably think it does. Add a 1/4 cup of hydrogen peroxide to a large bowl or a sink full of cold water, soak your fruits and vegetables in it, then rinse them well with clean water and let them dry. That is it. And here is the bonus nobody mentions. Produce that gets this treatment tends to last a few days longer in the refrigerator. You are not just cleaning your food, you are stretching how long it stays fresh, which cuts your grocery bill at the same time. Number 8, yellowed white shirts. If you have a white shirt with that yellowish stain in the armpit area, do not throw it out and do not waste money on specialty stain removers that cost $8 a tube. Mix 1 part dish soap with 2 parts hydrogen peroxide, spread that paste directly on the stain, and let it sit for a full hour before rinsing with cold water and throwing it in the wash. My daughter thought she had ruined a white blouse she loved. 1 treatment, and it came out looking like she had just bought it. That $12 stain stick at CVS, you just made something better for pennies. Number 7, your cutting board. Raw chicken, raw beef, fish. These leave behind bacteria you cannot see and cannot smell. Most people wash their cutting board with dish soap and call it done. But soap does not fully reach into the grooves and scratches where bacteria hide. Spray undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide over the entire surface after you wash it, let it sit for 5 minutes, and rinse thoroughly. The peroxide actually gets into those little cuts in the wood where a sponge and soap just slide over the surface. And it is food contact safe, so there is no chemical residue to worry about. Stay with me because the next few are the ones that really start to add up at the cash register, and number 1 is the single biggest money save on this entire list. Number 6, your dishwasher. You probably clean your dishes inside it, but do you ever clean the dishwasher itself? Here is a fact that might surprise you. Studies of residential dishwashers have found that a large percentage of them test positive for fungi and mold growth, particularly on the rubber seals and in the crevices around the door. You cannot taste it and you probably cannot see it, but it is there. Spray the interior of your dishwasher, paying close attention to those rubber door seals, the debris trap, and any dark corners. Then run it empty on a short cycle. That is the whole job. No $20 dishwasher cleaning tablet required. Number 5. Your floors. If you are mopping with one of those specialty floor cleaning solutions, you are probably spending somewhere between $5 and $15 a bottle every month or so. Mix half a cup of hydrogen peroxide with 1 full gallon of hot water. That is your mop bucket. It disinfects, it brightens, and here's the part I love. There is no need to go back over with clean water because there is no chemical residue left behind once it dries. It is safe on tile, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate. Just spot test a small corner first if you have an older or unusual floor finish to make sure you are comfortable with it before you do the whole room. Number 4, your sponge mop and cleaning cloths. While we are talking about floors and surfaces, do not overlook this. Your cleaning rags and microfiber cloths pick up everything, and if you are not disinfecting them between uses, you are just spreading bacteria from room to room. Soak them for 15 minutes in that same half and half peroxide and warm water mix, rinse thoroughly, and hang to dry. It is the same idea as the kitchen sponge, but it applies to everything you wipe your house down with. This is what professional cleaning services do. They do not use harsh bleach on their cloths every time because bleach breaks down the fibers. Peroxide disinfects without destroying the material. If you are finding these tips useful and this is the kind of practical, no-nonsense, money-saving advice you want more of, go ahead and hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss one. It costs nothing and it means a lot. Number 3, your toothbrushes. Dentists have known this for decades. Your toothbrush sits on an open counter next to your toilet. Every single flush sends a fine mist into the air and it lands on everything nearby, including the bristles you put in your mouth twice a day. Drop your toothbrush in a small cup of hydrogen peroxide for a few minutes, rinse it well under running water, and you are done. You should still replace your toothbrush every 3 months, but between replacements, this keeps the bristles genuinely clean. A brand new 4-pack of toothbrushes from CVS costs around $5 or $6. This habit protects that investment. Our grandmothers did not have antibacterial everything, but they were meticulous about this kind of thing for good reason. Number 2, carpet stains, blood, red wine, coffee, pet accidents. These are the stains that make people call professional carpet cleaners at $80 to $150 a visit, or buy specialty stain removers at $12 to $15 a bottle that sometimes work and sometimes make it worse. Here is what actually works. Pour a small amount of hydrogen peroxide directly onto the stain and let it bubble for a minute or two. Then blot it, do not rub it, with a clean white cloth using cold water. If you rub it, you push the stain deeper into the fibers. If you blot it, you lift it up and out. For a really stubborn stain, put a little kosher salt on it first to stop the carpet from soaking up more liquid while you go get your peroxide. One thing to remember, use this on light-colored carpets. On dark carpets, hydrogen peroxide can lighten the color of the fibers, so test a hidden corner first. And here we are. Number 1. The biggest money save on this list, and honestly the one that made me feel a little foolish when I finally understood it. Your household disinfectant spray. Walk down the cleaning aisle at your Publix or Safeway right now. A name brand disinfectant spray runs $3, $4, sometimes $6 per bottle. A multi-surface spray, an antibacterial kitchen spray, a bathroom disinfectant, a toilet bowl cleaner, a separate one for the fridge, a separate one that is safe around food. Most households have 5 or 6 of these under the sink and spend $40 to $60 a month keeping all of them stocked. Here's what the brands are charging you for. Mostly water, a fragrance, a surfactant, and a small amount of the actual active disinfecting ingredient. Do you know what the active disinfecting ingredient in many of them is? An oxidizing agent. The same mechanism hydrogen peroxide uses, the same thing that is already sitting in your medicine cabinet for $1. A 50-50 mix of 3% hydrogen peroxide and water in a spray bottle handles your countertops, your doorknobs, your light switches, your toilet, your bathroom vanity, your refrigerator interior, and your stovetop. Spray it, let it sit for 5 to 6 minutes so it has enough time to actually kill the bacteria rather than just making the surface wet, and wipe it clean. That is it. $1 replaces the whole row under your sink. The cleaning companies have been very good at convincing us we need a different product for every room and every surface. We do not. Our grandmothers cleaned an entire house with a handful of ingredients they could count on one hand, and their homes were just as clean as ours. One important note, always use the standard 3% hydrogen peroxide you find in the pharmacy aisle. Never buy the higher concentration versions for home use. And always keep your bottles stored in their original dark container because light breaks it down and makes it lose its potency. Keep it out of reach of children, as with any cleaning product, and never mix it with bleach, ammonia, or vinegar in the same spray bottle because that creates a chemical reaction that is harmful to breathe. Used correctly and safely, this $1 bottle is the most underrated thing in your house. Which one of these are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below, and if there is a hydrogen peroxide use you have been doing for years that I did not put on this list, drop it down there because I read every single one. YouTube thinks you are going to love the next video coming up right after this one.